Good morning, everyone. It is 10 o'clock on the dot, so we will go ahead and get started. I am Tracy Cieniewicz. I am the director of the statewide Alabama Lifespan Respite Program. I want to thank each of you for joining me today. I know you were probably hoping to see our amazing caregiver wellness advocate and therapist, Jenny Stang, for today's training, but she's taking some well-deserved time off and graciously offered to let me spend time with you today to share information about a new resource available to support caregivers in the wake of a natural disaster. Some quick housekeeping before we get started. Please add your name to the chat and I will send a post-training survey to each of you, as well as links and downloads to all the resources we talk about here today. This session is being recorded and recording will continue during the Q&A discussion at the end of the presentation. Your questions are surely on someone else's mind too, so we want to be sure and capture responses so anyone viewing this information later on our YouTube channel or website will benefit from that Q&A as well. Before we get started, I wanted to give a quick overview of our program and partnerships. Alabama Lifespan Respite is a statewide program of UCP Huntsville that was established 26 years ago to increase access to and availability of high-quality respite resources for all Alabama caregivers. All the funding and collaborative partnerships seen here allow us to connect with a diverse audience of family caregivers statewide and connect them with resources to help in their caregiving journeys. The Alabama Council on Developmental Disabilities, or ACDD, has been one of our longtime partners, and we are currently working together to ensure that family caregivers are well prepared in the event of a natural disaster. I hope you were able to join us in February when ACDD Executive Director Daryl Powell presented Natural Disaster Readiness for People with Disabilities. He did that during our weekly caregiver education time like we're having today. And Daryl reviewed ACDD's new emergency planning guide seen here ahead of peak severe weather season. And he discussed accessible shelters, practice evacuation plans, medical and mobility planning, and a whole lot more. We will offer this training with ACDD again in early 2027. If you weren't able to join us this year for the training, I will share both a link to the recorded training and a link to download a copy of the emergency planning guide following our training today, so you can review those resources and share them as needed. If you would prefer hard copies of the guide be mailed to you, please reply to my email that I'll send later today with your mailing address, and I'll be glad to send copies your way. As Daryl discussed in his training, part of being prepared for a natural disaster is being aware of who can help and what type of assistance they can offer if ever needed. Following a natural disaster, your first natural points of contact will likely include your homeowners or renters insurance, the American Red Cross, FEMA, or local community and faith-based disaster response groups. These organizations help with immediate relief, temporary shelter, and the financial path to rebuilding your life. Together, they form a safety net designed to move you from initial survival back to long-term stability. Alabama Lifespan Respite is here to support you alongside these community partners by filling the gaps specific to caregiving that other organizations may not be able to assist with immediately. We understand that the responsibilities of a full-time family caregiver intensify dramatically after a natural disaster. As the first responder to your loved one, you will likely be exhausted, stressed, and super focused on recovery. So the Disaster Relief for Alabama Caregivers program was established to provide extra support to caregivers to help prevent caregiver burnout and ensure care recipient safety immediately following a natural disaster. Funding for this initiative is provided by an Administration on Community Living, or ACL, National Strategy to Support Family Caregivers grant. We are very appreciative of their support and for the opportunity to share this resource with caregivers across Alabama. So let's review what qualifies as a natural disaster for this program. If your home has sustained significant property damage caused by tornadoes and or any type of severe weather, floods, fires, or water damage from burst pipes during freezing weather, our emergency response assistance is available to ensure your loved one stays safe while you handle recovery tasks. Not all primary caregivers live with their care recipient, so this assistance applies if either the caregiver or the care recipient is displaced due to one of these qualifying events. So next, let's review which recovery expenses are eligible for this program. So in the wake of a natural disaster, we can help with emergency respite care. This is temporary help so the caregiver can focus on disaster recovery tasks like filling out forms, cleaning up debris, meeting with adjusters. So anything that takes them away from the caregiving situation, we can provide funds for emergency respite care. It also covers power for life-sustaining devices. These items may include portable generators for ventilators, oxygen concentrators, electric wheelchairs. So those items can continue to assist the care recipient. It also covers prescription replacement for emergency refills of medications that may have been lost or damaged during the qualifying event. It also includes specialized supplies like hard to find items that shelters may not stock, like feeding tubes, catheters, or specific incontinence products. Durable medical equipment is also covered, including replacement of manual wheelchairs, walkers, potty chairs, ramps, and other accessibility items to address immediate needs. And lastly, accessible transportation. This is assistance for a person with mobility issues. This would be a service, not the purchase of an accessible vehicle. So if we can help to arrange transportation, that would be covered under this program. These are just some examples of items and things that we may be able to assist with, but we will try our best to fill gaps other agencies may not be able to assist with so that caregivers and their care recipients are well supported during this time. So, how to apply? If you've ever experienced a widespread natural disaster like the tornadoes in 2011, you know that there will likely be barriers to applying for assistance. Even though phone and internet access may be limited in the wake of a natural disaster, I would encourage caregivers and agencies to add our phone number and website to your phones for quick access when phone and or internet are available again. When you have access to the internet, you can click on the application directly from our website, and it's just up here at the top, disaster relief or community disaster relief right there. It's just at the very top. Click on that. Very easy form to fill out. And if you are not able to do that when you have access to phone service, you can just give us a call and apply by phone. If neither of those avenues are an option for you, we will do our best to reach out to those boots on the ground agencies in affected areas and provide them with paper applications to distribute and return to us. If all else fails and you are able to purchase needed items during recovery efforts, just keep up with those receipts for eligible expenses. So when you are able to apply online or by phone with us, then we can assist you through reimbursement. So once we receive your application, we will review your information and respond literally as soon as we can. I have listed our regular business hours here, but these applications will be monitored closely in the wake of severe weather events, regardless of our business hours. We may request additional information, including photos of property damage, to process your application and just to help us get a better understanding of your specific needs during that emergency. Funding is awarded via direct deposit or PayPal or as reimbursement by check if preferred. Please remember to keep all receipts as these will be required for documentation purposes. You do not have to be currently enrolled with our reimbursement program to qualify for disaster relief assistance, as these funds are available to any full-time caregiver in Alabama. However, only one application per household can be accepted. In addition to awarding funds, we will also work with local and statewide partners to connect caregivers with needed resources. For example, if you need accessible transportation for your loved one, we can take that task off your plate and see if a service like Created to Care here in North Alabama area is available in your area. If so, we can make those arrangements and pay the provider directly so you don't have to try to deal with that while you're dealing with your emergency. Same goes for emergency respite providers through home health agencies and medical equipment and supplies through local vendors and organizations like Accessing Potential through Assistive Technology, which is a statewide technology and durable medical equipment program. If we can help coordinate or handle payment for any of these tasks, we will be glad to do so. And just quickly, if you aren't familiar with Accessing Potential AT program, I'd like to give you a quick overview of their resources that are free and available to everyone in Alabama at any time. So I'm going to show you real quick the Reuse Center. So this is the AT program. Get in here. Here we go. So the reuse centers are located throughout Alabama, and ours here in Huntsville is called Waste Not. And if you have durable medical equipment that you no longer have a need for, like walkers, wheelchairs, potty chairs, those type things, they will take those items, clean them, refurbish them, and make them available for free to anyone in the community who needs them. And so there's several of these programs throughout the state. Like I said, it's a great resource. Anyone can use it anytime. And in addition to that, they have a lending library for more advanced assistive technology. So if your care recipient uses a communication device or some very specific advanced assistive technology that may have been lost or damaged during a natural disaster, then it may be available for loan through this program, but it's also available for loan at any time. So this is just another great resource here in Alabama, and I just wanted to quickly share that with you so everyone would be aware of that. And of course, another great resource is 211. If you have specific needs that aren't covered by the other agencies you're working with or offered through our program, we'll be glad to help you reach out to United Way 211 and connect you with additional resources. This is also free and available to everyone in Alabama at any time. So the funding and community partners that I mentioned are not only vital to help us connect caregivers we work with to their resources, but also to connect caregivers we haven't met yet to your resources, to their resources. I've listed several avenues we are utilizing to increase awareness of the Disaster Relief for Alabama Caregivers initiative. If you represent an agency, I see a lot of our agency partners on here today, and I appreciate y'all being with me. If you represent an agency, a community organization, a faith-based or civic group, and would like us to share this information in person or online like we're doing today, we'll be glad to set that up. If you would like printed information, we have rack cards that we can send you to keep on hand. If you're hosting a resource fair and would like for us to attend and share printed information and those emergency planning guides, just let me know. We'll be glad to do that. If there's an awareness opportunity not listed here that we are missing, we welcome your input on how we can best get the word out about this program. While, of course, we hope a natural disaster never directly impacts anyone, we want to do all we can to best prepare caregivers in the event this resource is ever needed. So if you have other ways that you think we can share this information, please let me know. We want to get the word out And, as with, lots of things, if the funds aren't utilized, then they may not be available again in the future. So we want to utilize these funds to the best of our ability. So I've done a lot of talking and I appreciate y'all for letting me share this information. But now I'd like to hear from you. What questions or comments do you have about Alabama Lifespan Respite's disaster relief for Alabama Caregivers initiative? Feel free to come off mute if you want to come on, come on video. That's fine too. Um, Let me look here in the chat. Let's see what we got. Let's see. I don't see any questions in the chat. If you don't have any questions right now and think about something later, you're welcome to reach out to me or anyone here at our office. I put my contact information here, and this will be recorded and available on our YouTube channel and on our website. So you can share this information or revisit it as needed. Um, and also, I will send these resources out to you that we mentioned today. And if there are no questions, I will be done for the day. And thank you again for everyone joining me, and y'all have a wonderful weekend.